And we begin this night with a Fox News alert. The disgraced former governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, has now officially been charged with groping a former aide, which, if convicted, could land Cuomo on the sex offender registry. We have all the details coming up. Also, a judge is now refusing to pause New York City's vaccine mandate for city employees. And now the FDNY in New York is preparing to close 20% of all fire department companies in the city and take 20% of all ambulances offline, as the mandates now are set to take effect on Monday. That's not all. The NYPD also bracing for a massive street cop shortage. We'll have a lot more on this straight ahead tonight, the impact on the economy, and we'll tell you what it means for the ongoing worker shortage and, of course, the supply chain issues we've had. But first, we turn once again to the Islamic Emirates of Afghanistan.
Americans held hostage, abandoned behind enemy lines. Day 75.
88 days since Joe Biden promised he wouldn't do it. 75 days since he's done it, abandoning hundreds of Americans, thousands of green card holders, our allies, our friends, their family members, all left behind enemy lines by Joe Biden. He simply turned the page, and today he just jets off to Europe, leaving behind a torrent of self-inflicted catastrophes. Look at the economy. It is an unmitigated disaster, slowing now to its lowest quarterly growth since the height of the pandemic. The border, an absolute nightmare also. Another massive caravan is on the way, but instead of fixing this crisis, the Biden administration, they're now planning to give, get this, certain illegal immigrants a whopping $450,000. Illegal immigrants. This is not a joke, as Joe likes to say. And tonight, Joe's precious Build Back Better New Green Deal socialist vision for the country, it is stalled in Congress with seemingly no way out. There's no reconciliation going on, even though Biden gave such an impassioned final pitch before leaving for Europe earlier today. Take a look.
These plans are fiscally responsible. They are fully paid for. They don't add a single penny to the deficit. They don't raise taxes on anyone making less than $400,000 a year. I don't want to punish anyone's success. I'm a capitalist. I want everyone to be able to, if they want to be a millionaire or billionaire, to be able to seek their goal. But all I'm asking is pay your fair share. Pay your fair share. Pay your fair share.
What is the West? Pay your fair share. Pay your fair share. Okay, it's getting bizarre. And this whole, I know he still uses an abacus. We have something that's actually called a calculator. It works a little bit better. And you can't say trillions of dollars in spending won't cost you anything. Nothing. Keep in mind, Democrats have tried this Build Back Better New Green Deal socialism, legislation. It funds actual infrastructure. We have that, roads, bridges, and tunnels, better known as BIF, BIF. And there are now $2 trillion bills stalled in Congress. Great job, Joe. And tonight, the socialists, the left wing of the Democratic Party, they can't seem to come to terms with how much of your money they like to spend and how much they want to tax you. The latest draft of the Build Back Better proposal comes in at a whopping $1.7 trillion. A lot of that is smoke and mirrors because they only are funding X number of years when they really intend to do it for 10 years. The far left buzzword of the day is equity. It's mentioned 44 times. And the climate, that's mentioned a whopping 110 times. But it's just not enough for the socialists. No, they are now 9 solid no's in the House of Representatives. Now, Congresswoman Cori Bush said she felt bamboozled. Congresswoman Tlaib reportedly screeched, "Hell no," and then stormed out of a meeting. AOC is also threatening to vote no. Congresswoman Jayapal just told reporters that there are not enough votes to get this legislation through the House. Needless to say, Nancy Pelosi is very nervous. Don't embarrass the president. We'll get to that in a minute. Biden told Congress he needed this agreement before he jetted off to Europe for this climate summit. That didn't happen. Now Pelosi reportedly warning her fellow Democrats not to embarrass Joey while he's abroad. Now, while praising Joe's, this was my favorite moment of the day. Nancy Pelosi, who struggles a little bit cognitively herself, Nancy Pelosi talking about Wow, how engaged Joe is. And he wrote the bill, and his encyclopedic knowledge. Joe Biden, is this the same Joe Biden? We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men and women are created by, the thing, that guy? Anyway, Pelosi was a nervous wreck today. Take a look.
For those who said, I want to see text, the text is there for you to review, for you to complain about, for you to add to, for subtract from, whatever it is. We have agreement on most of those things. Now, when people see the language, they may say, well, this goes more further than I thought. I don't know. We'll see what they say back. You have to remember that we planned for $3.5 trillion. We were totally ready. And I say this because I feel some level of responsibility for working everybody so hard to be on time for September 15th. And then the rug was pulled out when they said we're not going that high. But in the meantime, the clock did not stop ticking on the calendar. Did I mix my metaphors there or my time frames?
All right, there are a few things in the draft text Pelosi is referring to. $100 billion universal child care, $20 billion climate change, $10 billion for community health clinics, $9 billion for monthly government handouts to families with children, $5 billion for the CDC, $5 billion for a fleet of new electric vehicles for the federal government, $4 billion for the electric vehicles for the post office, and we can go on and on all night. Now, this is far from a done deal. So, as Pelosi likes to say, they'll probably have to pass the bill before any of us find out what's actually in the bill. In fact, earlier today, Pelosi wasn't exactly eager to answer many questions, looking very uncomfortable after the disaster, which is that Joe Biden was squashed again by the liberal wing of his party. Take a look.
Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker. A simple question. Are you holding an infrastructure vote today? Have you made that decision?
Lisa, I have to say again.
So are you holding an infrastructure vote today? Are you holding an infrastructure? Are you holding?
Oh, clearly Pelosi has a lot on her mind. Not only does she need to secure enough votes in the House, which she's been unable to do, also Democrats can't afford to lose one single vote in the U.S. Senate. And right now, well, Senator Manchin, Senator Sinema, they're still undecided. And some on the House side are starting to revolt. One Democratic congresswoman is already calling for the two undecided senators to be ousted from the party. In the coming days, we will know one thing for sure. Is AOC... is the squad all talk, no action? In other words, are they really just swamp creatures already to Washington, D.C., there to get along because they like to be called congresswoman or senator or whatever they happen to be, or actually socialists with a backbone, an ideology? Are they willing to fight for the things they said that they were going to fight for? This is going to be very interesting as it all unfolds. But one way or the other, the good of the country, well, Build Back Better, should never see the light of day. It is an unmitigated disaster. Capitalism, the greatest wealth-producing system ever designed by mankind. That's right. You get life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. Thank God we get all of these rights from, the thing, that thing, God, the creator of everything, endowed by our creator. If you think supply shortages, labor shortages, inflation is bad now, you wait until the federal government spends another $2 trillion on their big government, womb to the tomb, cradle to grave socialism. Add to that the ongoing vaccine mandates. This is now about to hit full force, and now thousands of nurses and cops and paramedics and military personnel and firemen, emergency responders, they're all going to be out of work. Now, it's not a matter of vax or don't vax. They've decided for whatever reason they're willing to give up their salary, their benefits, and their pension because they believe in their decision. Whether you like it or not, seems like they made up their mind. In New York City alone, up to 40% of police officers and firefighters might be out of a job as soon as Monday. That will be an unmitigated disaster for the city of New York. Anyone actually think this is going to make New York more safe, more secure? Anyone think this will make America a better place? Of course not. This will be bad. And according to Biden's own chief propagandist, Jen Circleback Psaki, our current economic woes have nothing to do with Biden's policies. No. Instead, according to Psaki, the supply chain crisis, you You Americans, it's your fault. That's what she said. Take a look.
What's your message to Americans who are still so worried about getting their Christmas gifts on time, Halloween? Is this going to be happening at a fast enough pace?
Well, so many people across the country are purchasing more goods online. Maybe some of it is from habits that developed during the pandemic when people weren't leaving their homes. Some of it is because we've seen an economic recovery that has been underway for the last 9 months, where 5 million more people are working. The unemployment rate has been cut in half. And that is leading to a massive increase in volume. That's what's happening at ports. But what we would tell people is we are addressing and attacking the supply chain issues, even with the increased volume, which is the root cause here.
Jen, that economic recovery is stalled. Inflation is here to stay. Talk to Lawrence Summers. Maybe he can help educate you. Just to recap, in the wacky world of Biden, your online shopping habits, that's what's causing the supply chain crisis. Build Back Better costs nothing. We're supposed to believe that. We're really supposed to believe that Joe Biden, the cognitive mess that he is, has encyclopedic knowledge on anything. I don't even think he knows what day of the week it is. The world is going to end in 10 years because of climate change. And the most important thing right now for Nancy Pelosi is that no one embarrass Joe while he's out abroad. Maybe, just maybe, Joe Biden should have stayed in Washington until he got the deal done. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.